what we all must understand, and I have conversations with Vlad all the time, is that it's not us. It's just the evolution of the game.
It is.
The game
True.
has changed. And if you on top of your game, you help the change, or you're a part of the change, you make some sort of path for the change, you don't stay the same.
No, you're right.
But if you want to stay the same, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Bars, Jordan, or no?
No.
Come on, Jordan. Bars.
No, you're right.
Just
but
saying.
See, it got complicated for me at the beginning, the first few months. Because coming from the illegal market, you'd be like, damn, man, like my own people's getting hurt because I'm going legal now. But then at the same time,
I was gonna go legal with or without you, though.
yeah, of course. So then when I bump into people like you guys, I'm like, yo, Jeff, don't think about it like that. At the end of the day, you opening doors.
You're an inspiration
you already
to
have.
everybody.
That's what I'm saying. You already did it. You already
Yeah.
doing it. You're living in it right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you don't see it, but you already open the doors and you open them pathways and you're doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, these stories that we getting into, the back in the day story, this is what fuels it, brother. You know what I'm saying? So now this is the evolution of all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I remember smoking.
And now
joints.
everybody that's out there sending a nickel, a dime, a 20 that feels like, if they see somebody do it on Times Square, or they see somebody do it on Wall Street that doesn't align with them, they're like, I can never do that. But they see Jeff do it. They're like, yo, I know Jeff really sold ounces, hustle, sold pounds, so I could do it.
Yes.
So it's better for you to be able to create that inspiration and kick down those doors and those glass ceilings, because they're not gonna have to get arrested like you did 26 times. They're not gonna have to, think that it's not possible because they never seen nobody do it first. So
No, so I'm glad with it. Like I said, I'm glad when I bump into people like you guys that they be like, yo, Jeff, you got to look at the bigger picture. You're enclosing yourself by like, yo,
Nah, man.
you going legit. You're not snitching on nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, you're doing something that you actually wanted the youth to see. You, even grown men like myself and ourselves. Be like, yo, pero ven acá, why I'm doing this still when I could just probably be doing that right there?
Yeah, so me more, bro, and that's what it is.
So it took me a time at the beginning to like balance it out and not feel like, yo, damn, I came from this. Well, why I'm a
what's something important for this conversation that I heard you say several times during your story? I heard you say, rest in peace. Rest in peace. You can't let all those people that passed away went to jail because of this plan. Now that it's legal and this evolution is happening, like Ramon said, that be in vain if somebody that wasn't part of it, like you, to get left out of it, to make sure that all that shit that happened to these people was not for no reason. It was so people like you and others can be able to be part of this legal thing and be able to not go through what people had to go through back in the days.
No, it's true. I appreciate that. It's true. But like I said, that's what I need. I need to surround myself with people. Be like, yo, Jeff, no, you're doing the right thing. You're opening doors,
brother.
But like I said, it took me a few months to like balance it out and understand it, because, like I said, being one of the first,
you got survivor's remorse. That's what they call it.
Survivor's
there you
remorse.
Go.
It's all good,
so then when I snap out of it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna still be in the shadow, because that's what it is. When you come from the street, you try to think you still got to be in the shadow, and then you open yourself out. You be like, yo, hold up, no, let me introduce everybody. Look, I'm the first, dispensary owner in Harlem. Shout out to all my partners también. So
shout out to the partners, baby.
Yeah. So so it's like, I'm glad I'm doing it. And then it's gonna come time you're gonna see yourself. You're gonna like, yo, I gotta know all these softwares. I gotta know all this before I gotta burn paperwork. Now I gotta make sure I got paperwork. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like I had to balance myself, because it was still a little bit confusing. Still not knowing if the feds is gonna come. Like, should I get open up? Like, then should I go to Happy Monkey and do that? And,
it's a lot.
You're like, should I
It's
be
a
able
lot.
to? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna mention names. So
And that's
like,
it.
like when
Yeah.
because you still don't know, because back then they still people probably looking for people like, yo, for selling weed, for something that they want to connect to another crime, and you'd be like, oh, you hold up, man.
Right.
Should I be out there really speaking?
You know why?
It's a
Because I think it's
paranoia.
important in that where that comes from, right? Because me and Ramon talked about that other day, and that's part of this evolution. Yeah, what you said is correct, but the other part is the bad part of the way it was that there's people doing life in jail for weed. There's people that done tons a year, people that got killed, people that got deported. And that's where that paranoia comes from with this evolution. People are not going to have to go through that no more.
No, you're right. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, this is a whole different feel, man.
So tell me, Jeff, what was it that you started seeing? You talked about the Haraka, the Regs era, then the dominance of the Haze era for a while. What came after Haze, and what era was that when you started seeing it go from not just Haze anymore?
2010, sour like took over.
What you mean took over?
Like when I mean took over, everybody want to smoke sour. Gas. I want gas.
Like
gas
a tsunami?
Like don't you will open a jar and the whole club. Like
The hell?
who the hell got that? Like you wanted to meet that person. Like yo, where you found that at? What block you getting that from?
Mm-hmm.
And then just one little eighth. Pop. Not even an eighth. Even
A dime.
A dime of that real sour from back in the days. 2018 it changed and it kind of like it took over the Haze. But then you had that little stigma. Nah, that's what old school people. Nah, I can't even smoke that in my house. I still want that Haze. So then you had that battle between the Haze and the sour. Who's gonna be king in New York now? So like Haze was always needed, but the sour kind of took over. That's when you saw. Yeah, that's when you saw like this new generation. They're gonna be smoking some other shit. Haze is the Haze. And still is reigning to this day. Pero not like
it was dominant back then. It still rocks right now, but it was dominant, and it was the end all be all.
Now you gotta still give Haze props because let's say from 92, 93, 95, when the Haze like really blew up, nobody wanted to smoke nothing but Haze.
Yeah,
For
Haze.
15 years, like you just said.
Yeah,
even a little bit longer. Still to this day.
No, I'm just saying, the dominance where there's nothing else.
Yeah, when
you had to have, and then people don't understand. Like, yo, you got Haze, but I got the better Haze. Mine smells. Mine looks better.
The Haze, no matter where it's at, brother. Even if I got the spot on the block, they got the spot. They selling weed all the time. I chase whoever got the better bag.
What was the numbers for sour when you first started hearing about it in 2010?
I ain't gonna lie, 8,000. 9,000.
Talk about it.
And then
talk about it.
How big was that pound though?
I
it
know.
Was super fluffy, neon green, stinky. Like Blas said, you couldn't even open a dime because you was stinking up the whole place.
I remember I paid the first time. It was like 75, 7,600, some crazy shit like that, 7,800, and I was selling 1.5 grams for $50. Because it was like 2009, 2000. No, it was like you said, like at the beginning, like 2007, like at the beginning, like nobody had it yet.
I remember in 2007, I had some plug. They brought me some sour. At the time, I didn't know what sour was. To me, I thought it was like some mango piña looking real nice with a different smell, some Arizona type thing. And he's like, "Oh, this is the new thing." I'm like, "Yo, people don't want that." I took it, Then I had a boy from down here, from the Lower East Side, like, "Yo, Jeff, I need sour. I'll pay 8,000. I said, don't tell me that. I said, don't tell me that, bro, because I just returned a whole bunch of shit that I didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, man.
It
happens.
$8,000 a pound.
When I was getting that 55.
If you could get it.
I was getting that 55 because, nobody really knew what it was. It smelled nice, but, Haze was king. Nobody was knocking down that crown. That 05, 06.
Nobody was trying to experiment with nothing else.
No. So then I was so mad because then when I asked the player, like, yo, can I get that again? He's like, nah, that's it. You lost your chance. You ain't getting it. Like, I'm like,
you lost your chance.
Yo, like I even let go of the people because you told me no. I went by why you go. I told you I don't know about the streets. Eres tú. I was tight because I was like, damn, I just missed the opportunity to be king with the sour.
So from 2010 to what do you think like sour had a reign after that? That sour came in and rocked forward.
2017. I could say, why? Because
from like 2010 to 2017.
Because in 2015, that's when other strains kind of started popping up.
Gorilla Grooves.
All that. The Gorilla Groove came a little bit later, like almost 2020, 2018. That's when Gorilla.
It's funny. That's when we started HAPPYMUNKEY. It was 2017, and
so
that was like when shit started changing.
So that's when it started changing. I remember I went to Cali in 2015, and I'm seeing all these strains, like a whole different world. Because remember back then it was only Florida.
Yep.
It was going down to Florida. Even when they try to bring the haze to grow in New York, it wasn't the same. Like
No.
Florida had it on lock. The QBs, shout out to the Cubans, they did it.
Yeah, the
Yeah, they
Cubans
did.
had it on lock.
I ain't gonna lie. The Cubans made Dominicans who they are in the game. To me,
For Hayes,
Of
as far as
course.
Hayes, yes.
yes. When it came to
My
exotic
experience
weed,
as
They
well.
the ones.
My
Everybody
experience
knows
as well,
that.
my brother.
Look at it.
That's the same
So-
exact experience we had.
so-
That run you said from like the mid 90s to 2010, 90% of the supply was them Cubans bringing that shit up here.
they was doing it. So when I go to Cali in 2015 and I'm seeing this all these shit, I'm like, yo, but why we don't have this back home? Nobody wanted it. But then the new generation.
New Yorkers is stubborn. People don't want to try nothing like well, this is what I know and
it's
that's
like,
it.
When
You
we used to go,
remember in when you first came home, you know what I'm saying? Like that was that little era when we was like the only ones venturing out. Remember, nobody was venturing to getting West Coast stuff, and it was little like Girl Scout cookie, Gorilla Glues, and stuff like that. But everything else, nobody was kind of venturing one of
Nah,
that
it
stuff.
wasn't.
And they wasn't getting no OG Cushes over here. We wasn't Granddaddy Perpin over here. It wasn't a lot of that, none of that stuff back then.
New Yorkers are stubborn. They're like haze, sour, and gorilla.
no, I remember going to Cali and talking to people.
And that's it.
It's like, yo, but why you don't want this? I said, nobody wants that. Well, no, nobody wants that. What? I'm like, yo, all your stuff is great. I like it. I
Trying to give you
enjoy
all the
it.
gelatos and stuff, and there was none.
I just want sour. I just want sour. Yo, but why y'all? I say, yo, when New Yorkers say, that's what goes.
That's what
New
goes.
York want to
That's
smoke
what they pay
sour.
for.
We
That's what they pay
want to
for.
smoke sour. Like, I'm not gonna go and take that when I know it's like, yo, you know, like introducing a whole. So I took the leap one time in 2015. I said, yo, you know what? I bought 30 pounds of the strain cookie to New York. It was everybody, yo, you bugging. I said, yo, it's gonna come to a time that you're gonna have to have a menu. Like I was telling you earlier, you're gonna have to have a menu.
Let them know
Black
that
Star
early.
Tú estás loco. I was like, oh, yo estoy loco. I said, I bet. Look now, everywhere you go, you see a menu. And I was the
Everywhere.
crazy one. ¿Tú entiendes? So,
You had the vision.
yeah, so.
Can we? I'll rewind it a little bit. Can we take it back, like let's say to the blocks? We're down the block, the block is down flowing. It's the middle of the summer. Shit is rocking.